beginning phase of labor. It is the one that seems, it can be such a range. It can be short for some people. It can be very long for other people. And it is the time of labor when labor just gets started. It might even be a time where your body is in early labor, but you don't know that you're in early labor. So you might be having some contractions. Your uterus might be contracting, but likely in early labor, there isn't, not likely, but often in early labor, the uterus doesn't have a pattern of contractions yet. So contractions might be sporadic, where they're happening. You'll get one 5 minutes apart, one 10 minutes apart, one 7, then a big stretch goes. So that's not uncommon to see in early labor. The technical definition of early labor is when your cervix is between 0 centimeters dilated and 6 centimeters dilated. So the cervix dilates 10 centimeters, and our technical term is really 0 to 6 centimeters dilated. So, and that has changed over the years. It used to be 0 to 4 was early labor, and the American College of OBGYNs has updated that to 0 to 6. So it's that early phase of labor where your cervix is dilating 0 to 6. Now, that doesn't mean, early labor doesn't mean that contractions aren't in a pattern, but usually at the very beginning of early labor, we see contractions developing into a pattern. It's also the time of labor where contractions are usually shorter from start to finish. So we might see contractions 30 seconds long, and then they get more of a 45, more of a 1 minute long from start to finish. So we're also seeing contractions going from a shorter time period to a longer time period length during early labor. Early labor is also a time where you might experience some other signs of labor, like you might experience diarrhea. That can be an early labor sign. Sometimes people are a little nauseous. Your water might break in early labor, but it might not. It's not a definite sign of early labor. Sometimes people lose their mucus plug or have some bloody show, both of which are on the wheel, which we will cover at another day. But it's a good time to try to, until active labor, as much as you can, good coping mechanisms during that time is try to go about your day and your life as much as normal as possible and be on the restful side. So if it is a time of day that you are in early labor and you should be sleeping, so if it's overnight, sleep should be your top priority. Rest should be your top priority. And then whenever you have to get up, whenever you have to move around and really deal with labor, then deal with it. But until then, because early labor can be so long, it's really encouraged to try to go about your normal day activities. Now, the second time, the third time, if you had a baby before, your early labor might look a little bit different. It might be a little bit shorter. It might not look like your first time or your other times giving birth, but it's certainly the time where your body is dilating from 0 to 6 centimeters. Good partner support during early labor is encouraging those normal activities that rest when rest should happen. Definitely bringing water, having that water bottle ready to go, having snacks ready to go, encouraging to move around once labor kind of picks up, encouraging movement and being present is a great way to be a supportive partner in early labor. And again, just being keeping as normal of an activity in a restful fashion as you can. So I don't mean like go to work or go to Target or something like that in early labor, though some people do. But just trying to keep a little bit of normalcy. It's also good in early labor just to check in with your contractions. I wouldn't recommend timing every single contraction, because that can make living life normally not work. Really keeps you focused on time. Sometimes can feel really long if you're timing every contraction, but checking in with your labor as they feel like they've changed. So early labor, it is also, the other thing to note is it's usually when people are excited about labor, because you've waited a long time and it's an exciting phase. So usually we're more excited and energetic in early labor than maybe an active or transition phase. So if you have any questions about early labor, want to share your experiences of early labor, if I missed anything, if you're a birth worker or a doula and you want to add to the conversation, please enter comments. I love to see comments about the topic of the day and keep the conversation going after the wheel has spun. If you need any more information about partner support, check out the Supporting Her online course for labor, which also put the link in the comments. And I will spin the wheel again tomorrow and see what topic we have. So see you guys next time. Bye. Thanks for joining.